A young startup entrepreneur finally had his big day, the first day of his new business. He was so excited. His friend was not able to come, but to show his support, he sent some flowers with a message. They arrived, and the entrepreneur read the card, which said, "Rest in peace." He got very angry and called the florist to complain about the mistake. And the florist said, "Sir, I'm really, really sorry about this mistake. But before you get too upset about your situation, just imagine there's a funeral taking place out there, and they have flowers with a note saying, 'Congratulations to your new location.'" Statistics claim that only one out of 10 businesses survive the first year. But is it really true? And I always ask myself, what is the secret of this one business? As advisor for micro businesses, I work in the informal settlements of Nairobi in a cooperation with an organization called Real Stars Kenya. And on my first walk through Kibera, Nairobi's biggest slum, I was overwhelmed of all those impressions. And there were businesses everywhere. At one point, I saw banana peels that have been put on top of an iron sheet rooftop. And I asked my colleague, do they put the banana peels there to dry, to be fed to the animals? But she said, no, actually the people here eat them. They make flour out of it, put it into a soup, and consume it. Can you imagine how embarrassed I was by my stupid mistake? And at the same time, I was deeply shocked about the level of poverty that I have never seen before. And although I heard later that banana peels are actually quite nutritious, I couldn't get over the fact that people eat something that I would consider as waste. And at this stage, I asked myself, what is poverty? There's a great book called When Helping Hurts that I can really recommend that gave me a good explanation. The World Bank did a research among 60,000 people in 60 countries, asking this question: what is poverty? And the Western world defined poverty as lack of money, food, housing, healthcare, and education. But the answers were different in the developing world. They used words like feeling inferior, shamed, being unable to take care of my family, depending on others. This is how they define poverty. So if I see a poor person and I give him money, I reduce my understanding of poverty, but at the same time, I might increase his understanding of poverty and actually make things worse, because he might feel more inferior, more humiliated. But what would be a better approach then? As we started to work with challenged people in the informal settlements of Nairobi, we tried to focus on their own initiatives, their ideas on how to survive, which in many cases was opening a business. And then we met the heroes of this country. We met single moms working from morning till evening, selling vegetables or second-hand clothes to pay the school fees of their children. We met young guys washing cars or repairing bikes so that they can pay their evening college. We met elderly women getting up early every morning to cook a meal so that they can sell on the roadside so that they can feed their grandchildren. And we met entrepreneurs who invested all of their energy in their businesses to gain a better and brighter future. And that was very encouraging. And at the same time, we also came across some dire challenges. One day I talked to a lady, let's call her Mary, about her business. And she explained her business idea to me. She said every week she goes to town to buy 15 hair extensions for 65 shillings, and she sells them in her village for 70 shillings. So she told me she makes a profit of 5 shillings per item, and in a week it's 75 shillings. But she never thought about the transport of 100 shillings to go to town and back, and all the other costs that were involved in her business. So actually, instead of her business paying her, she ended up paying her business to keep it alive. Understanding the concept of cost calculation was groundbreaking for Mary and her business. And overall, we identified a strong need of knowledge on how to start, run, and develop a business. So we decided to design a short one-week seminar program where entrepreneurs learn basic tools that are easily understandable and relevant for their business. These are the Real Stars business seminars. And we try to keep it simple. Who said you need 40 pages to write a business plan? We have developed a business plan that fits on one single page. Who said you can only learn about business from business books? Talking about the Bible story of Joseph and the 7 good and the 7 bad years, everybody gets the concept of saving. Who said you need to be able to read and write in order to keep your records? We developed a simple system where illiterates can do their bookkeeping too. And instead of teaching it from the board, we learn it by playing a game. So we work a lot with games, photos, illustrations, role plays, and so on. This way, learning is much more fun, but it's also more likely for people to remember what they have learned. But I think it would be good for you to see by yourself, so we have prepared a short presentation for you. After training about 270 entrepreneurs in Nairobi, we see some kind of positive outcome. Our clients will not be millionaires overnight, but they might be able to pay their school fees. Let me tell you one story about Sarah. Sarah was in the Real Stars business seminar, and she was a very active student. Our seminar week ended on a Friday, and the very next day, on Saturday, she started her business selling sausages on the roadside. Sarah could not wait to put into practice what she has learned. She couldn't wait to take the future into her own hands. Of course, selling sausages was not her biggest dream. But according to her calculation, within 4 to 6 months, she would earn enough money to start her dream business, her own beauty shop. Sarah was willing to start small with a firm focus to grow. And another story about Jakub, who was in my seminar, in my very first seminar in Nairobi in 2014. During that time, the Kenyan government built a road, a tarmac road, through Kibera. And Jakub said, "This is my market gap. This is my business opportunity. Let's start a bus company." So together with two friends, he bought his first minibus. In Nairobi, we call them matatu. And he went on and looked for more partners. And soon they registered their company with 8 matatus. Today, Kibera Lindi Sacco operates 40 matatus, and they created more than 100 jobs. And while hiring people, they deliberately give opportunities to criminals, to an extent that some passengers complained and asked, why do you give such a bad guy a job? And Jakub just asked, do you want him to drive a matatu, or do you want him to rob people? This is a great example how a local business really makes a change in their community. And now I would like to challenge you. The next time you see a small-scale business, I invite you to appreciate them, to value them, to support them, because they are the heroes of your country. They are the engine of growth that we need. And remember, many people out there that we might consider as poor do not need our aid. All they need is opportunities to create wealth and jobs while maintaining their God-given dignity. And for me, this is what life is about. Thank you.